The window squirters on a 2005 Toyota Prius. Something to check before you start tearing it apart when your windshield wiper squirter doesn't work is make sure this hose is not leaking somewhere, broken up in the way you'd know that is when you hit the squirters, you'd have all kinds of liquid running out this hole or someplace under the car. So just make sure that's not leaking. And otherwise, you're gonna have to replace that motor. Mine, as you can see, has washer fluid in it, but it's not squirting. The back one squirts, which means that because the fluid's high, means that the pump's not working on the front window squirter. Here's a reservoir I took out of a 2007 Prius. This is the front pump. This is the back pump. These are not interchangeable. They have a different electrical connection. If you want to see how to take this reservoir off, I will put that at the end of this video. So I did find out both of these pumps were bad. So I ended up going to Autozone and buying a new one and put that in, installed it, and everything worked. You're going to want to take off this thing right here. It's like a snorkel for the intake. So I've already removed all of the push tabs. Now we've got to remove this one. Uh-oh. There it is. I'll have to fish that out. Got my trusty retriever tool. Got it. Let's put that somewhere where it won't fall in the engine. That's not a good place. Ah, that looks good. Just leave it right there. So, push on the little tab right there. There is a tab. There we go. The next one is harder to get. So that is the front windshield washer squirter. Just using a long hose, getting it to the bottom of, well, this end's got to be lower than that end. I got this one down in the left side of there. It's done. The new one for the front is a 5-190. Okay, to get this out, it takes some effort. You can see there's a little rubber grommet. And the new one comes with that rubber grommet. I would recommend, when you're putting the new one in, you can put a little bit of grease on this. I would set this in here first. Then you can put a little bit of grease or oil on there. You're going to slide the new one in. Obviously, this is just for an example, and you should be able to do this while it's on the car. I was able to do it while it was on the car. And if you want, you can reinstall all your little push pins. I'm going to go squirt it. Well, I got to fill that up first. Well, that's nice. That hasn't worked in a while. Now if you want to take this reservoir all the way out, there's going to be, the nut is going to be fastened there. This is harder to get out because you got to remove one of the bolts on the headlight, the upper one. And then don't forget, this goes in a hole on the fender underneath. You got to take that wire off, and you've got to loosen the bolt on the air conditioning bracket. So if you're going to take out the reservoir, you want to take that nut off. You want to loosen this for the headlight, just so you can lift this up a little bit, because you can't get long needle nose pliers in here to take off that clip right in there. Then you have to remove that bolt right there and gently push this over and take that wire off. You should be able to lift this straight up. Famous last words. And don't forget, there's a plastic knob on the bottom of there that goes in a hole in the fender. So you've got to pop this out. Don't break your tank doing this one. So to get to that, I took this one bolt out of the headlight, and I was able to get that out. So what I did to get this off is I took this and squeezed on here, and then I took my lifter tool under here and pulled up on that while I was squeezing on this. At this point, you disconnect the hoses from the pumps and this 10mm bolt. If you can't get the tank out, this 10mm bolt, and move the air conditioner over gently, and you should be all done.